The word sneaker dates back to the late 1800s. Rubber soles made it possible to sneak quietly to your destination. Well, over a century later, Kelefa Sanneh tells us, there's a lot of noise about sneakers, one brand in particular.
When you visit New Balance, you will be judged.
I can walk in a room and pretty much know what people are wearing very quickly.
And when you talk to the company's CEO, Joe Preston, some things are better left unsaid.
I feel a slight chill breeze come over this whole area anytime I even say Nike or Adidas. And certainly when you look around, no one's wearing anything except New Balance. Is it tribal? Is it competitive in that way?
I think the industry is competitive, and we're competitive.
You don't even like to say their names, do you?
I have said them.
Nike brings in more than $50 billion a year. Adidas exceeds $20 billion. New Balance is smaller but growing fast. Revenue last year was $6.5 billion, a 23% increase from the year before. A brand once associated with Steve Jobs is now linked to athletes and pop stars.
We are trying to make the best product for athletes, and then we're also making product that people can wear to express their personality, to wear on the weekends.
Right.
I love them.
How are we doing today?
New Balance is older than its larger competitors. It was founded in 1906 in Massachusetts, where it's still based. In those days, it just made inserts for shoes.
It's all based on a chicken's foot.
A chicken's foot?
That's right, yeah. If you notice the way a chicken walks, it's never really off balance.
Its first sneaker was a 1961 running shoe called the Trackster.
Run like a chicken.
Run like a chicken.
Chris Davis is chief marketing officer.
I grew up wearing New Balance every single day. I consider New Balance to be more of like a brother or sister.
Perhaps because Chris's dad, Jim Davis, bought the 66-year-old company in 1972.
And what is he buying at that point?
He's buying a running shoe with 6 employees, making 20 pairs of shoe a day.
By the 1980s, running was a fitness craze, and New Balance introduced a shoe called the 990.
It was the first shoe that broke the $100 barrier, but it was also the first shoe that was designed for runners specifically running in the city.
You have a cutting department, you have a pre-fit department, you have a computer stitching and assembly, and it kind of goes around.
Ray Wentworth oversees production.
Building a shoe piece by piece.
We are.
990s have been made here in Lawrence, Massachusetts since 1982. The factory helped revive the old industrial city's economy.
So many of the people who work at Lawrence are from Lawrence. It's a sense of pride for the community of Lawrence, but it's also a sense of pride for New Balance.
New Balance has a second factory in Massachusetts, 3 in Maine, and a new one being built in New Hampshire.
We want to be the best, most premium sneaker brand in the world, and the only way that we can do that is by making shoes in the United States.
At least some of them. Most New Balance shoes are made overseas.
This is where the labs are. This is where the science is.
It's where the magic happens.
Recently, New Balance opened an athletic facility across the street from their headquarters in Boston. At their research lab, they don't test athletes, just their shoes.
This is flex testing, so it's basically mimicking steps, a lot of steps at a very rapid rate.
In 2019, Chris Davis also began a partnership with the American fashion label Aimé Leon Dore, first creating versions of the 990, then, a year later, reissuing a lesser-known basketball shoe from 1989.
The 550 blew up.
550 absolutely blew up. At the height of the 550, we were selling 80,000 pairs in a minute. Like the 550 not only took the industry by storm, but it took us by storm. We knew it was going to be successful, but we didn't realize how successful it could be.
Last year, Teddy Santis, Aimé Leon Dore's founder, signed on as New Balance's creative director, in charge of its Made in the USA line.
I'm wearing New Balance 650s right now.
Yeah.
Made in China. Will these ever be made in the US?
We stick to our high-end premium retro running shoes in the United States.
Are you calling my sneakers low end?
Those are definitely premium.